So, when AMG needed to build a two-door sports car, they followed Porsche's philosophy. They started with one incredible base model that would serve as the foundation for all the other models that would be built upon it. Unveiled at the Paris Motor Show in October 2014, the AMG GT was not supposed to be the SLS's replacement. Rather, it was meant to be its little brother. But Mercedes did such an incredible job on the AMG GT, it ended up being bigger and better than the SLS. So in 2015, when the first few cars hit dealership floors, they instantly sold out, and the only request that came from customers was for Mercedes to make a roadster. So why would they immediately want a roadster? Why would they receive an incredible sports car and want Mercedes to chop off the roof? It's pretty simple. Let me tell you about the average AMG GT owner. They have a steep shortage of hair upon their domes. They're all bald. Like 95% of the AMG owner community is bald. They do not have hair. Their barbers do not work. Their barbers are resting. I've only seen one AMG GT owner that had hair, and he was literally driving his dad's car. So that just shows you the hair shortage is incredible. But what they lack in foliage upon their domes, they make up for in currency within their wallets. And that currency they are willing to spend. So since these bald boys are such big spenders, when they requested a roadster, Mercedes immediately delivered. The AMG GT was launched as a base GT and a higher spec S. They both had a twin turbocharged 4-liter V8 and a 7-speed DCT. So, the recipe for the AMG GT was pretty simple. Front to mid engine, tons of horsepower, and send it all to the rear. The result of sending 503 horsepower to the rear wheels only made the GT incredibly fun to drive and really easy to get loose. So, the overall package of the GT was completed by its incredible interior that was sporty but also extremely comfortable, which was the standard for Mercedes during this era. So, this meant that the AMG GT was a great seller and it made a lot of money for Mercedes. So, immediately afterwards, Tobias Mowers, the CEO of AMG, promised all the rich bold men that he would be giving them one more Black Series to go out with a bang. But in the meantime, some lower models would have to be sold to gather the capital needed to develop the Black Series. So from 2015 till 2021, while Mercedes was absolutely dominating F1, the AMG GT was used as a safety car, which made for great marketing and also increased sales. So the base AMG GT made 456 horsepower, and the key difference between this model and its more impressive and more expensive sibling was the mechanical LSD. So it also didn't come with the quote-unquote race mode. It also lacked the AMG adaptive drivetrain system, and keyless go also wasn't a standard feature on a 2 million rand car. Mercedes, what the fuck? It also only came on 19-inch wheels, which made its ride extremely uncomfortable. But worry not, because in 2015, after all the bald rich men complained, Mercedes implemented some major changes. These major changes included the M178 engine being tuned up to 503 horsepower, and now it was equipped with the electric LSD, race mode, launch control, AMG dynamic drivetrain, adaptive suspension, and an all-new AMG Performance, which was valved, was introduced. It now had a lithium-ion battery and was sitting on 19-inch wheels in the front and 20-inch wheels in the rear, which drastically improved the ride. And most importantly, keyless go was finally introduced in 2015 in a 2 million rand sports car. The way Mercedes does things is kind of funny, but it's okay because I love them. The new revised AMG GT also included a limited production edition 1 series, which was made in 375 units that included a new rear wing, red interior accents, red calipers, and a large front splitter. This kept the board men happy for 2 years, but in 2017 it had to be topped again. So the AMG GTC was introduced, and it now had 550 horsepower, 681 Newton meters of torque. Now had active rear steering and lane tracking. It also got an all-new body, which was 2007 millimeters wider and looked a lot more modern and aggressive. Merc also released the new Edition 50, which came in a designer graphite gray magno color and a designer cashmere white magno black chrome exterior. It also came with all-new forged cross-spoke wheels and a steering wheel that said 1 of 500. So, later in 2017, Merc decided it was time to turn the AMG GT up a bit more. This is when it gets interesting. So, here's a little context. At this point, for the past 10 years, the Nissan GT-R had been sitting on the throne as the best GT-R without any competition for its Nismo 6. But Mercedes was here to change that. So So, the all-new AMG GTR consisted of a tuned M178 making 577 horsepower and 700 Newton meters of torque. It flew from 0 to 100 in 3.6 seconds. It topped out at 319 kilometers. All this in a car that was rear-wheel drive meant it was extremely fun to drive. The GTR also got a new manually adjusted rear wing, new adjustable coilovers, and a 9-mode AMG traction control system to make sure it puts all its power down in any condition. So this new generation of AMG vehicles all got vertical grills so that they could breathe better and produce more horsepower, because a simple thing that has to be understood about vehicles is that the combustion engine needs something to burn. You put in the fuel, you put in the air, you burn that and you make horsepower. When you have more air and you have good fuel. So once the cars breathe better, they produce more horsepower. It also got a new front and rear diffuser, which may or may not have been F1 grade technology used on a road car. So the GTR became the new F1 safety car, and to commemorate Ferrari's 1000th Grand Prix entry, the GTR would permanently wear a beautiful red livery. This also helped drivers to see the safety car in rainy conditions. So it's safe to say without a doubt the AMG GTR was an absolute Trek weapon. It completed the Nürburgring in 7 minutes, 10 seconds and 92 seconds. It instantly became the fastest rear-wheel drive production car of all time. This lap also became the 5th fastest lap in the official history of the Nürburgring. But unfortunately, all of this was not enough to satisfy the bald men. They wanted more. They wanted the wind to run against their bald heads. They wanted to sit in their sports car that cost more than 3 luxury houses and feel the wind rubbing against their bald domes. They wanted the wind to tantalize their thoughts. They wanted another roadster. Again! And guess what? Mercedes delivered, because these bald boys have something that is pretty hard to resist. So to keep them happy, Mercedes and AMG listened, and they introduced an AMG GT Roadster. But they limited it to 750 units, meaning the richest and baldest of men had to come together and fight to get an allocation. So in 2019, the bald men wanted to go faster yet again, and this time Mercedes was ready for them. So they introduced the AMG GTR Pro. Pro short for professional, which none of these bald guys were. So, the new GTR now produced 577 horsepower and was good for a 3.6 second 0 to 100. And for 3.5 million, I think this was a pretty good deal considering the time it came out. So, the AMG GT was no longer a fast sports car. It was now a GT3 car that had been converted to being road legal. And this new AMG GTR had a load of new features to help it out with its performance. And get ready now, it's going to be a lot. It had new adjustable coilovers, suspension, lightweight anti-roll bars, electronically controlled engine and transmission mounts, a carbon fiber roof, a carbon ceramic brake kit, new carbon fiber bucket seats, lightweight forged wheels wearing Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 semi-slicks, all new carbon fiber front splitter, canards, the GT3 inspired vents, a new rear diffuser, an updated wing, and a gurney to increase downforce and reduce weight. But Mercedes didn't believe in ending the party outside, so the interior also got revised. It now had an all-new bespoke Burmester sound system, a new 10-inch digital screen, and keyless go, parking assist, and other features were included as well. The new look came with a new racing stripe running down the middle of the car. The AMG GTR Pro was an absolute marvel. It sheds 40 kilograms from the original GTR's weight, and even more with all its extras. The Pro hit the Nürburgring Nordschleife in 2018, and this time with Mara Angel and a pair of testicles the size of basketballs, it set a Nürburgring time of 7 minutes 4 seconds, flat. The Pro is so fast that it's easier to name the 8 cars that were faster than it because everything else was just slower. Only cars that were actually faster than the AMG GTR Pro were the GT4 RS, the Viper ACR, the 488 Pista, the Aventador SV and SVJ, the GT2 RS, 918 Spider, and the GT3 RS, followed up by the Huracan Performante. These were the only cars that are faster than the AMG GTR Pro. Nothing else. If you're thinking about something that I didn't just name, it's not. It's pretty simple, it is not fast. So, after going so hard for so long, Mercedes decided to revive the base model and update it a little bit with new styling and new parts. So, they also dropped a Dark Knight limited edition that was still the same shit, just with new black accents all throughout the car. It costed $500,000, which was essentially 10 million rand, for the regular GT that was black. You could spec the car black if you wanted to, actually. At the same time as this car dropping for this price, you could spec a regular GT black. Damn, I don't know how Mercedes was scamming these bald boys. But looking back on it, most owners and most people realize that this was just a money grab. This was just a scam. But I forgive Mercedes. They probably needed the money to finish the Black Series. Oh, the Black Series. And now, onto the Black Series. Oh, the Black Series. The Black Series used a flat pane crank, turning out in a different firing order. It also uses a smaller compressor wheel, which led to increase in boost to 24.6 psi. It now accelerated from 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds, but was tested by various independent testers, and it constantly delivered a 3-second flat 0 to 100. It was also claimed to have a top speed of 320 km per hour, but some brave German boys have pushed it much, much, much further. The suspension is one of a kind. It has carbon fiber anti-roll bars, with 2 adjustable settings in front and an iron anti-roll bar with 3 adjustable settings for the rear. Its camber is also manually adjustable for the back and front. It also got brand new carbon ceramic brakes, which were Black Series only, and brand new pads. The wing is now a component of active aero, and at full tilt, it now produces 400 kilograms of downforce. I'm gonna put up pictures of things that weigh 400 kilograms, and can you imagine that much force pushing down on the rear wheels of a sports car while you're going full speed? Wow. So, there is absolutely no shortage of carbon fiber on this car. It is used on the roof, the body, the hatch, and the underbody. And in November 2020, Mercedes called up Mauro one more time for another incredible lap around the Nürburgring, and this time they told him to bring his large cojones and get ready for action. So this time, Mauro and the Black Series did a 6-minute, 43-second, 61 millisecond lap around the Nürburgring. This was the fastest time for a production car ever, meaning nothing was faster than the AMG GT Black Series during COVID. Nothing was faster. In the whole 100 years of the combustion engine and cars, nothing had been faster than the AMG GT Black Series. Oh man. And today, 4 years later, only 2 cars have managed to go faster around the Nürburgring than the AMG GT Black Series. The 911 GT2 RS Porsche by Manthey Performance, and the AMG GT Black Series' bigger brother, the AMG Project 1, which is literally just an F1 car for the road, which was also piloted by Mauro Angel. But unfortunately, like all good things, the AMG GT party had to come to an end, and in 2022, it came to an end. Mercedes sacked the original twin-turbo V8 and introduced a new hybrid platform, which was a piece of shit. I'm not gonna waste my time covering it. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time listening to it. So everyone, please remember to do the standard YouTube procedure: like, share, and subscribe. That last one, subscribe. Ooh, guys, please do the subscribe. And I'll see you next time, same place, same time, for more videos. Bye.